and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at this brown box. Just kidding, you've already seen the title of this video, and so you know what we've got here is the Astro Pneumatic Ball Joint Master Adapter Service Tool Set. 7897, made in China, but Astro is a well-known, reputable brand. And so this is how it got shipped to me. And so let me open the box here and take a look at what you get with this kit. And as I reach into the box, it's interesting, I can tell that the case has already come open a bit in transit. And the handles that hold the box shut also seem to have broke in transit as well. It's a little frustrating. And so here's the kit as I open this up. I bought this on Amazon. I'll put a link below for this. I got this because I wanted to be able to step up my game on ball joints, as opposed to using a 6 or 8 inch C-clamp and just some old junk sockets. I put some of these pieces back. It's easy to see how these parts may have caused the case latches to break. I'm still disappointed by that. I might contact Astro to see if they can do something about that. And so this master kit supposedly is a combination of their two smaller kits. They've got one that is just a more basic set than extra adapters. I thought if I'm going to spend the money on this, I might as well just get the whole kit all in one case. If you look on the back here, the case here has actually pinned hinges, although they look slightly worn a bit there. The adapters are well greased up here to keep them from rusting. And we've got a handful of adapters here, and obviously the big focus here in front is the heavy-duty C-clamp. It even has the letter C on it, so I guess you know it's a C-clamp. And this by itself actually weighs probably, I don't know, 3-4 pounds just by itself. Definitely has some heft to it. All right, so looking at the C-clamp, only one end is threaded. So we'll thread in our C-clamp on the one end. And then the other end of our C-clamp actually has a little bit of play in it. And then we can also set an adapter on the bottom end of this. See if I can set this up like this. And so depending upon the ball joint application you're working on, you can take these different cups and set them into either end. And you use the different size cups. You're going to want a cup on either side to both press and receive the ball joint on the other end. Various adapters here for different applications. This should cover quite a few, especially GM, Ford, and Chrysler applications. At least that's what this kit was marketed as, covering. I think you could also probably do some universal joints, looking at these adapters, for being able to press fit a variety of those applications. When looking specifically at the forcing screw, this uses a 22 millimeter impact socket to be able to rotate the forcing screw to be able to drive either out or in the ball joint or U-joint. So you're going to need a 22 millimeter impact socket, probably a 1/2 inch drive, and to get the most oomph out of it, you're going to want some form of a pneumatic impact wrench. Obviously the bigger the better, but as you'll see in the upcoming video clips, my little 1/2 inch drive proto gun, which I've got another video about on my channel here, works just fine with it. But you definitely want an impact wrench to get the full power of this. Hand tools will not get you as much of a bang for the buck as actually having an impact wrench. You could use battery powered. I'm going to just stick with my pneumatic tools because, well, it's just easier for me to do that. With this kit, the instructions come with it with some advertising. There's a brochure about some of their other service tools. There's the adapter set here, advertised here, but this is already included with this kit. A couple other Astro tools on the front there. More Astro advertising. It's funny, here's the master kit right here. This is what we just opened. It used to come in a red box, now it comes in a blue case, or blue box. And so what I was talking about earlier is there's a 7865 that's shown here, and the 7868 that's combined into the 7897, which is what you saw me open earlier. We've got our user manuals, as well as I would expect our requisite safety cards. Here's a warranty card. Go ahead and register the product. Notice contact information. Important notice, we understand that time is valuable. In order to reduce any downtime and a broken part, please follow the instructions below. And so this kit retails for about $150, give or take a few dollars either way. In here there is if I look in the guide here, there is a application chart here that shows by make of the vehicle here. It's interesting to see that the vehicles that they list here go all the way back to about 1972 for some of the older ones that I'm seeing, up to about 97. I'm not seeing anything newer than 97 on either of the pages here. You see stuff here from the 80s, 92 to 97. Obviously, there's vehicles newer than that use ball joints that this should be compatible with. So it seems like some of this documentation might be just a little bit out of date, and you'll have to come up with the assembly on your own. I think if you're replacing ball joints and you feel comfortable doing that this kind of work, you can probably reasonably figure out which set of pieces to put together to make that work. At the top here, to remove and install, your parts might be different. But again, if you feel comfortable doing this kind of work, you may or may not actually need this, and especially if you're working on vehicles newer than 97, that's actually not even listed in here. And maybe the best or most useful part is this table down here for the part diameters and having the part numbers in the front for warranty purposes. I'm surprised they didn't put a slot in this case that you could actually drop this manual right in, as some other manufacturers do with places to store the manuals for their parts. A follow-up on the service. So I called Astro Pneumatic and got a package from them in the mail a couple of days after I called them. In fact, I was able to get straight through to customer service. I didn't have to wait on hold or get transferred. The first person I talked to is the person that was able to help me, which I was very pleased with. I was expecting to spend 15, 20 minutes on the phone trying to deal with these with the broken case. Got right through to a very kind lady. And the first question she asked me was if the whole case was broke or if it was just the black plastic handles, and I said, indeed, yeah, it was the black plastic handles that had cracked on me, and it sounded like she was pretty familiar with it, and so they sent me out this package. I didn't tell them I'm a YouTuber, I didn't tell them anything special, so as far as they know, I'm just the average guy that bought this kit off Amazon and had a problem with the case. And so, here's what they sent me. We'll go ahead and open this up. And so here is what they sent. They sent 2 replacement black plastic handles. One's marked left, one's marked right. And so it sounded like they were familiar with this issue. And so I was very pleased with the customer service. And so now let's go ahead and open up these package of parts and install it. Let's see if we notice any differences. between the new part here on the right and the old one on the left. The new one actually does feel a little sturdier, and this feels like maybe they redesigned the part or upped the thickness on the plastic. It definitely feels stiffer. Obviously this one is cracked a bit. Same size, same everything. So now on to install the other side. Voila. Okay, so I can get the case to seal up now with the new latches on it. By no means is this a very tight case fitment wise. I'd love to see this improved on the case. The new clips actually will hold it shut, but by no means do I trust these clips. I'm glad there's a handle on each side to actually hold it together. So I'm a little disappointed with the overall fit and finish of the case, but as you just saw in the video earlier, the parts obviously do work fine, and they work fine with my impact wrench, and it did the job on my Saab 97X for replacing upper and lower ball joints. One of the things when I'm thinking about this kit that I like this master kit is there's no worry if you're going to need, for example, a four-wheel drive adapter. These other cups, you've got all the parts here, and even though the manual says nothing about vehicles newer than 97, worked on my 08 Saab 97X, it'll work on plenty of other vehicles. You've got all sorts of different sizes and cup sizes. The one challenge with this, like any ball joint press, is just the pure assembly of the contraption that you need for your ball joint. And it feels like you need about 4 hands to get it put together, and a 5th hand just to hold it all while everything gets tightened up. So between your knees and your hands and whatever else you can use to hold it together. I understand the snap-on one I think actually has some snapping connectors that would be nice as an upgrade to this. But for the money, I have to say it definitely works. And the difference in price between buying the standard set and then buying the 4-wheel drive set is negligible. Just buy the whole thing and you've got it all. And there's no reason to only buy, the only half of it, because just in case you need an adapter and if you don't have it, well, then you could just be dumb out of luck until you get it. And then you're stuck on your project and your vehicle is apart and you can't get it done. So just buy the whole set. So if you're interested in this Astro Pneumatic kit, I hope you found this video useful and have a great day. Bye.